And what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Madden NFL 2021 playoffs. I thought we'd get started with this great playoff game. And good morning, those of you who are tuning in. It's Atlanta versus the Saints.
Tonight, from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's the NFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. We'll see Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons taking on Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints.
The NFL playoffs are on EA Sports, and we've got a packed house here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
On the return, Deontay Harris. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Saints trot onto the field behind the veteran right arm of Drew Brees, a former Purdue Boilermaker who entered the league back in 2001.
And it wasn't really his best performance of the year in the wild card round last week. He just had the one touchdown pass, but he got the job done and his team advanced. For them to continue on to the championship round, though, now he's going to need to take a few more chances with the ball downfield, push it a little bit more, and make sure his team finds its way into the end zone a few more times.
On first down, Brees. That'll be complete to Cook. Brees, 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
From the gun on third down, Brees. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. Brees on the draw against to Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you...
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Deion Jones coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and long now after the sack of Brees, and the Saints up against it here. Shotgun now for Brees. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 4 catches for him in the wild card win a week ago, and he's got his first here, and it's a first down.
Ready? Yellow lady, yellow lady. Watch the run,
From the gun, it's Brees. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
At the 39.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And complete right side to Cook.
Breeze.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
It's a gain of a yard.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. Breeze to throw again. And Breeze lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. Does the big boy have the juice? He's at the 30. 10, 5, and this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. The papers this week, it was all talk about how big of a game this was. Of course it is. It's the playoffs. It's the divisional round. But they handle it well. They score early.
They really did. Plenty of confidence exuded on that drive. No nerve showing. Terrific way to get things started. They are in control.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return.
Jacksonville and Cleveland. That's going to be interesting.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
On the return, the Saints take over first and 10. At their own 20.
Now this offense about ready to take over again. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round. On the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? Well, on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, you know, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40.
He's brought down
up from his linebacker spot. Deion Jones making the play.
On the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 40.
From the 40 now on second down. Breeze. Throw left side. Got to be taken in by Harris. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Breeze going to throw. Harris has it over the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
That catch good for only a couple. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
The throw from Breeze into the hands of Smith. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Here's Breeze to throw. And he finds Cook. And the Saints are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short. Blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. And the job done for a first down.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Kamara trying again. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Come on.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Breeze now on 3rd and goal. That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown Saints.
Smith. Touchdown.
4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Atlanta takes the field. Their offensive leader, of course, Matt Ryan, the former Boston College Eagle.
And playoff games in and of themselves, we know they're pressure-filled. That's not breaking any news, but you have to wonder how much added pressure this team feels, given that a perfect season is on the line. They heard it during the regular season. Now they've sat at home for 2 weeks hearing about it. Can they handle that, as well as the team that they're facing, in order to try and advance?
Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
It's 3rd and 9.
Here's Ryan. Complete to Jason Witten. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open. He finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the Saints' 46-yard line.
On 2nd and 7, Ryan. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Now Ryan. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw we'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Malcolm Jenkins on the coverage.
They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. Trying to disrupt Julio Jones there, the intended target. A little too close, got the flag thrown.
I'm not sure anyone can cover Julio Jones one-on-one for very long without getting their share of pass interference calls. His size, his speed, his physicality makes it almost impossible to do.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Gurley. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Being chased out left. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Coup for the extra point. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
For the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. Here's Harris to return it. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Saints again ready to go on offense. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. They begin on the ground with Kamara, and he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The open man is Smith. And he is going to have a Saints first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. 8 yards there and a first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Breeze now on first down. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons defense yet again drops him behind the line.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
Now Breeze. And Cook has it, left side. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 8 at the 9-yard line.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Falcons 14, Saints 7.
Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. Breeze now. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
It's a gain of 4.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Here's Breeze. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 6 yards away. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
From the 29, Ryan. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
That's good.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
The 39-yard
Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. This pass into the hands of the running back, Todd Gurley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
the 48-yard line.
Now it's Gurley. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage. Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd and 2, Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a first down as well. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Flush to his right. And the Falcons are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And this time he is in.
Touchdown.
3-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons have broken the tie.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
The kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Now following the touchdown,
Touchdown, touchdown.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
They're on the 25-yard line.
Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it.
And he lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Fumble on the play.
Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there are...
Oh, ball, that's our ball, that's our ball.
After review of the play.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Son of a bitch.
He'll start with a give to Kamara. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
On the carry.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Left side here to Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
That certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
You gotta be kidding me.
Right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And on that long run, maybe the defense could have dampened a little bit.
The concentration level
Wow.
may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Here's Oliver. And able to take it past the 25.
There's, you know, I'll be
up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're like...
And that's caught inside the 35. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 39 yards there, a big one. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. The first down run with Gurley, good for only about 3. It's 2nd down now.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator. Sometimes that's a danger putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You can wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
Touchdown.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I know exactly why I tried to...
Can I challenge that?
Throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes.
Crap.
Younghoe Koo for the Falcons field goal.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
A busy night continues for Kamara, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
The 35-yard line. A pickup of 2 yards. First down, New Orleans.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara, and unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd
Come on, defense.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Tyler Davis.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And that's caught by Smith. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Breeze. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 25-yard line.
I know, and then I can't. This is getting terrible, and I'm getting milked.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Those little quick passes are milking me.
It's Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin.
Shredding me right now.
Just tallying it up.
Trying to get after him, but he gets it blocked way too quick.
My goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch.
Very frustrating.
Who's gonna cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker. He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Now they'll run. Murray. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taking it in from a yard out. And once again, the Saints are back out in front.
But Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But
I gotta figure out a way to stop this offense. They're just shredding me right now.
Yeah, the O-line won the battle in the trenches there, didn't they? Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Here's Oliver. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
But they've certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
3rd and 9.
20, 53, 7,
Here's Ryan. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Got a first down, though.
And he'll be out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, the U.S.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons have once again taken the lead.
His kick
And he'll bang that one through. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here now,
You gotta make some kind of adjustments and try to stop this offense.
Spotlight. And he's been pretty good, and we see some of his good play, but I guess maybe he needs to be a little bit better right now. They're down.
He does look good in the spotlight, though, doesn't he? He does look good in the highlights, but that's not what truly matters. And right now, as a team, they've got to figure out what it's going to take.
Eat me alive right now.
He has to continue to play well, has to keep rallying the offense. The defense has got to pick things up a little bit. And I don't think there's much animosity between the two sides. On the really good teams, both take accountability and try and figure out how they can do more to get their team on top.
Yeah, well, he's doing his part. He's been good.
To Deontay Harris. Out of bounds at the 34-yard line.
Yes, he has.
It's a gain of 9.
And he's shredding my defense.
And a yard.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Shotgun now for Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Breeze now on 1st down. Now Breeze lost the football, and the Falcons grab it, taking it right down Broadway.
Thank you.
And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD.
Falcons.
So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a 2nd time.
Two able to connect on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The New Orleans offense set to take over.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Dante Fowler able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely, he's been under constant duress this entire
38-28 the score at halftime. 38-28 score at halftime.
Divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, this is the 2nd of 4 games this weekend as we narrow the field down to the 4 teams who will meet in the league championship games next Sunday. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round game in the NFC. And it looks like we've got a good one in store, as it's going to be one heck of a battle, that's for sure. Meanwhile, in our game, we're set up for a terrific second half. So to find out who will advance to the NFC title game, let's send it back out to Brandon God.
Me.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This will make it into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something, because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. And he's going to have a Falcons first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
49-yard line.
Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 11 more on that one, and another first down. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him. That full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball in the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts. Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1 yard.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Todd Gurley saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Back to the air on second down. It's Breeze. Sanders has it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, New Orleans.
Now Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Breeze here finding Kamara and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well.
Oh my God.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw
I mean, somebody make a play. Shit.
That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's brought down just
do
outside
something.
of the 10 at the 11.
He is shredding me.
This contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Here's a 4-receiver.
And what kind of adjustments do I need to make? I mean, damn. He's just shredding me. I can't do anything.
This will be caught at about the 6.
I mean, the ball is out of his hand in less than a minute.
Reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Third down.
To throw is Breeze. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Finally.
It feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on 3rd down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara.
Son of a bitch.
His best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. And the lead is
9:29 to go.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara.
45-35.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10.
Todd Gurley and the offense, they get set and trot back out there now. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver.
Come on, defense.
Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him. Something just
not
to
defense.
Stop
I
the
mean, Jesus. I mean,
and he'll be taken down across the 50
let's get some points on the board, offense.
Territory. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Ryan. Oh, he's looking long for Witten. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. That one goes for 36 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they? It's not just getting the 4th. He's the hot hand, so to speak, right? The hot feet in this situation. And he knows how to find the end zone. That time, he just didn't get there.
Let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike.
On 3rd and goal, Ryan. Toward the end zone,
Shit.
but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And this one is right through. And that will
48-35.
48. Saints.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
At their own 27.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
Breeze now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Murray.
Complete.
No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play
Come
don't
on,
help a team very much,
defense.
unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you get points per reception, you got a reception, but
Yeah.
no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Ready? Watch my board. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Come on, defense.
54, right there, right there.
On 1st down, Breeze.
My
Throwing the out
God.
route incomplete. That's Harris.
Complete to
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Yeah, defense.
Down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
midfield.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Yeah, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half
Yeah.
go? Because it looks like
Now
he's
we
drying
get-
up a
now we
little
get
bit
off the
here.
field, thank
Someone
God.
made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He gives to Gurley, fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Todd Gurley.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
He was brought down.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
That's to his running back, complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's a 4th
down.
10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he gets this one to midfield.
1st down.
He's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
1st down.
Now a draw play for Gurley. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it's going to yield a new set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He completes this to Russell Gage. It's still fine, and he'll take it into the end zone.
That was most poor tackling I ever seen.
39 yards. push.
That's bad tackling.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Makes the score.
And so they run it in on the two-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the two-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the two-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for two. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Watch the out. Watch the out.
On 2nd and 11 now. Breeze throwing the out route incomplete. It's Harris. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
And the Saints first down.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And able to get this one across the 45 before
Come on, defense.
Down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house.
Come on, defense.
The ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. In the wild card game last week, he had 4 catches, and now he has his 4th catch here. All the yards, completions, just another play that's a feather in the cap of the great career of Drew Brees.
And wasn't he supposed to be too small to be an effective quarterback in the NFL?
Yeah, how'd that work out?
Yeah, well, his footwork, I think, really sets him apart. Remember, he was a junior tennis champion. Beat Andy Roddick, the future U.S. Open champion, back when they were in the juniors. I think that footwork really helps him be the great quarterback he is now.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Breeze now. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sanders. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 21. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Key him. Key the tight end. Even. 4 down. Even. 87 seconds.
Breeze now on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Traquan Smith. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. At the
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
We got to get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And they'll get him down right around the 16. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
He's brought down by Deion Jones.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Third down.
Check Mike 54.
Now Breeze. The open man is Smith. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
So this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding, probably his agent, as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
That's caught. It's Sanders for the Saints touchdown.
Complete to Emmanuel
A
Sanders.
3-yard touchdown pass. And the Saints get a bit closer.
Lining up for the point after.
And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
And it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to their hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They run. It's Gurley. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
He's a ball carrier.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, rolled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But
First down on third down.
Disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. From the gun, it's Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And he is into the end zone for a
Touchdown.
touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 42 yards. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
25-yard line.
And here now the offense heading back out there. So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll look to throw right away. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Throwing again on second down. Brees, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
2 yards to go.
Here's Brees to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day.
Throwing on first down is Brees. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
2nd and 7 at the 50-yard
Come on,
line.
defense.
From midfield, here's Brees. Over the middle, complete. That's Sanders. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
A gain of 26
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, he flew past 200, 300, 400 yards. Now he's over 450 yards passing on the day.
So what you're saying is oxygen for everyone catching the ball and trying to defend?
Yeah, especially those guys trying to defend right now.
No doubt. They've got...
Now Brees lost the football.
Done Dante Fowler. Matt Ryan sack.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Falcons on third down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. That's caught by Treadwell.
3rd down and 8. Got it.
Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one a first down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall...
And Gurley fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, maybe it hasn't exactly been a Rembrandt, but they've been mistake-free to this point and finally coughed it up. I don't think it's going to cost them the game. They should be fine. But, boy, they're going to hate that, going back and watching tape and being able to say we were that close to achieving our goal of 0 turnovers during the game.
Oh, we got it. We got it. Good job, D. Good job, D.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Keep the ball in my possession.
They need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. Now Gurley. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
On first down, it's Gurley. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Mario Davis on the tackle.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they'll get this down to the 10. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Brings up 2nd and...
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. It's coming this way. Here we go. Wait. 53 to Mike. 53.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he'll take it into the end zone.
Touchdown.
From 3 yards out. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss because that run after the catch and off he goes.
And into the end zone. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And we will not see a run back here from Harris.
25-yard line.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Looking for Sanders.
Thank you.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman.
Josh Norman.
Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big. They just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in the stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. It'll only be a gain of 1 yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. Ryan. Hard throw, incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Saints coming out now to take the field. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this 4th quarter. Now Breeze. Now they go screen. It's complete. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets him a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards on the catch there brings up 2nd down.
At the 42-yard line.
Again, it's Breeze. On the crossing route, complete. It's Harris. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all
Come on,
know
defense.
are gonna happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 30. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Breeze's throw going to be caught by Sanders. Breeze, a gain of 6 there on first. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Touchdown. And man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. 49. Lutz good on the extra point. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons, their hands team, able to recover it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Gurley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
It was the veteran safety Malcolm Jenkins who got a hand in there to disrupt it.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. It's 4th down. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. From the left hash, this from 34. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet.
Yeah.
But until then, this game's over. The Falcons are moving on. Congratulations to them. Thanks for watching, and so long, everybody. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.
There's some. Alright, y'all, we have done it. That is finished. Let's see who I play next. I guess we'll see what happens. Alright, y'all. I'm going to sign this one off. And I will probably be back for more next time when I come back. This is me, Dustin Staples, sign off once again. We have to play against the Dallas Cowboys in the NFC Championship. So, we got that, and then the Super Bowl we got to play in, and then we will be on our way into the Super Bowl. We just got to get through Dallas. So, this is me, Dustin Staples, signing off once again from here from the NFL Madden 2021. I will see y'all on the next one. See y'all soon, and then when we return, we'll play against Dallas. And I will see y'all on the next one. See y'all soon. Toodoo for now. Bye. See ya. And ta-ta. And this one will be premiering. So, hope y'all enjoy it. See you soon.